Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Not so hot, okay. Yep, stop staring at me.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah! It's my turn!
Oh shit!
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the secret of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite!
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death. No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
Well, I guess I healed him.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go. But no famished hunter can run for long.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Bad day, I guess. Time to
Doctor, where have you
bunch of
been?
people.
I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask if... And Mr. Hampton, the patient,
I gave him a sedative.
what kind?
Well, you accepted the job.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough.
Apologies.
Dr. Swansea is a
If you could point me...
second floor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation?
This hospital is not exactly the best.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are much more important to me than the building.
Don't be misled by appearance.
What can you tell me about...
Some are really good, and
Tell me more.
Nurse Brannigan is a pearl. She is the most helpful and dedicated.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the man?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must...
Ah, yes, the burden of command.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish she would get out of his office now and again.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Doctor...
Goodbye.
Mistress of the dark has stopped following me.
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep...
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion.
I see. Well,
You must know, blood transfusions
how are things?
not good.
An invisible enemy.
Sorry, Doctor.
Do you think this hot...
We are all volunteers here.
I'm not familiar.
Brilliant professionals.
Most of them.
It would be inappropriate.
Is there anyone that stands...
Well, I have never met someone...
Why should his age be a...
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing him...
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something...
No.
Goodbye.
Healthy, okay.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, sir.
Reed, yeah.
Does my arrival...
Let us just say that I don't particularly share.
If you have a problem with me...
Dr. Swansea has
I know we've...
Oh,
There is no need for such animosity between us.
That is one point we...
Since your tenure in this hospital...
Let's just say I'm tired.
Carelessness. Exactly what...
We're here to save lives.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor.
Modern medical...
I don't know what you've heard about me, but
I don't question yours.
And what exactly...
I served in the war, just...
Be careful what you insinuate.
I only want you to admit you used those...
This is ridiculous.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people.
It seems you...
I refuse.
We can at least agree on... Thank you. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed.
Your name has no meaning.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for?
You keep calling him.
Well,
And why do you believe...
I don't need to believe anything.
Please, describe to me how...
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard's syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal.
I'm assuming you...
It's only a cover.
Who are the...
I cannot say for sure.
The star...
I'm not speaking.
I see.
Thank you, mortal.
I'll leave you.
Okay, let's find my room. There's a lot of people getting into you here. Second floor? Nope. Bullet cheap gin, yeah, okay.
It's locked.
Oh, they just pit because I have my own.
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own.
Yeah.
At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water. William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time. I cannot enter. It's locked, all right. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan.
Well, it's a euphemism.
How would you describe this?
It's serious.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish...
I wish I could believe...
You must get...
Sorry.
How long have you been...
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve. How is the...
Well, not well.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation.
Why does Milton
I don't know.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. It's locked, all right.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. Can I help at all?
No.
Really?
I don't want to talk.
I suppose that
Yes.
Could you at least tell...
Mortimer.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid
I will see... Tell me about...
I don't want to...
I have to go now.
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, madam.
It's my son.
I'm Dr...
I'm bit.
What can you...
Not much, just...
May I ask...
I'm a teacher by...
Are you really?
Yes.
What do you think of your reception here?
I have had the uttermost reservations about this hospital.
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the staff were not especially welcoming.
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude, for a start. And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
She charged you for a bed?
Yes, and I paid without question, considering the...
I share your concern, Miss...
I don't expect...
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
I have other concerns.
Do you require
I have...
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening, Mr. Goswick.
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir.
I will... I have to go.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
And Miss...
I gave him a...
Thank you. Good evening, sir.
I don't know if a third opinion is needed.
I see.
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I...
Tell me about...
I'm just a regular guy.
I was more curious about...
I'm a carpenter.
Are you satisfied?
Well...
I won't lie to you.
Are you sure you don't want...
In other circumstances, you would... Tell me about the doctor.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both...
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with...
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help in it?
I'm all right.
Is there an...
I'm all...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
My sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your...
Thank you.
I am Thoreau Strickland. Doctor...
Please, could you tell me...
I'm a great admirer...
What made you choose to be a doctor? It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones...
I based my...
I'd rather not talk about...
As long as you're cautious and...
You're not the first one to warn me.
Do you need my medical attention?
You don't have to worry about me.
What do you think of Dr. Aykroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside.
I believe that if Dr. Aykroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process...
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy?
Dr. Aykroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
What can you tell me?
Well, it has always been an honor.
Do you need help with anything in...
Well, yes, maybe.
Do you want me to play the errand boy?
Oh, no, Dr. Reed.
I see. You seem quite optimistic.
I'm convinced that the...
Questions remain.
True.
Please...
I'm a great...
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical...
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save...
Tell me, Mr. Fiddick.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin.
But why would he hide such crucial...
Because he is a proud father. Ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear...
I agree.
Do you think keeping his...
All I know is that I'm taking care...
Goodbye. Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate. It's locked. It's locked. Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed, a colleague. Are you a doctor?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Jadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Jadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean? You used to be...
No, sir. It is just that I...
Are you afraid?
Why should I?
And
Sir.
How did you...
After I left the army...
Do you work here?
Yes, very...
Why do you...
Because...
Why close...
It was for sanitary...
Have we met?
I don't think...
When we first talked, you said you were glad to meet me since I was reported...
Funny story, sir. Your sister... Please show. Of course. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel...
My wife died because of me. And
you can't hold your...
Of course I didn't.
How could your job...
I was working at the...
Tell me more about the death of your...
1915.
What happened? How are your children after losing that?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Ellen didn't bring them with her then.
I'm sorry.
I would like to say...
Is there anything else?
I'm all right.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. Doctor. As for me...
Good evening, Mr. Hampton.
Dr. Reed, is it?
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and...
You remained perfectly nice and polite.
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief.
How did you end...
I had received alarming news.
Why did he...
William, what...
You dared to enter this...
I'm just a man.
Do you know Tom Watts?
Tom? Yes, of course.
People are still in
How could it be otherwise?
Who should I...
Not really.
What is the
The situation is all...
Who leads the...
Since Clay Cox went...
Has the gang been...
no.
What do you do for a living, Mr...
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless.
Are you a priest?
Not at all, Doctor.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop?
That's a very strange question, Doctor.
How do you feel?
I feel exhausted.
You're in good hands here.
Thank you, sir.
Have you made friends?
Not really.
You never came to...
You're preaching to the...
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. It's locked, all right.
Not much to do now. Let's go to sleep, I guess. Plant.
The flower's dying. It needs water. If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood? The flower's dying. It needs water. Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to...
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here.
Sorry. There's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war, drugs shortage was a daily problem, and we had to use our wits to overcome the shortages.
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain household chemical products can be used in a pinch instead. Now, where's the hospital storeroom?
The storeroom? Fat chance. This is the Pembroke, and space is luxury we don't have. Everything used to be stored in the old morgue.
Perhaps I should look there.
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in the back.
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. It's locked, all right.
Okay.
I cannot enter.
Please come back later.
It's locked, all right.
Yes, Doc.
Exactly.
It really depends.
Please, could...
It's the...
Why then?
At the pep...
Lack of sleep.
London's trip.
Your dedication.
We start.
That's all. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody...
Oh, blood in a room.
It's locked. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. Behavior is similar to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. I cannot enter.
Okay.
This key will surely grant me access to the basement. It's locked, all right.
So much blood. Or which blood cell? Okay. Oh fuck! Hell.
These skulls feed from corpses in the husks of animals. They're not after blood.
Yeah, ghouls. Okay.
It's locked.
Okay. We learn to lockpicking.
Skals can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting.
Here's something. Oh. Jump scare. Okay, I'll get out of here. Okay. Okay. 5 meters. Okay. Oh shit.
Die, vermin!
Sitting here, nope. You
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face.
I'm Dr. Reed.
You guessed right.
How is your...
Oh, it's blip.
Can I ask you...
It's the pains.
Can I do it?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills.
Who is treating...
Nobody's...
You don't seem worried.
My face hurts so much.
How close are you to Miss Hallcroft? Are you aware...
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty.
Aren't you afraid?
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken.
So do you let her...
And why not?
She could decide to bite...
Then it's another good reason for me to stay.
You do...
In her mad...
Where we...
I really...
No offense.
You were an offer...
Soldier, do you need...
I'm fine.
Goodbye for now.
Hello again.
Goodbye, mister. I cannot enter.
fatigue. Oh, there she is.
A giant morgue disguised as a hospital.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft.
I need blood, Doctor.
I have made inquiries about the men who were tracking you, Miss Howcroft.
I did not expect a mortal to have this sort of cut.
There is no hunt, and nobody is searching for you. You're no threat to this hospital, and you have my word you are perfectly safe here.
Your lies demean you, Doc.
Tell me, Thelma.
I saw one.
You mean you actually saw a vamp?
Yes, and it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must...
Why fear the truth?
Tell me, Thelma. Why do you... Do you plan to make...
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else?
Would you...
No. No, Thomas.
Who are you?
Is that not enough?
I'm curious.
No, it's such a long...
Do you require my...
I have no need for your...
I'll leave you, mistress of the... It's locked, all right.
Fine.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls?
Many thanks, Doctor.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require...
I have other...
Goodbye. Good evening, Miss...
I'm okay.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me.
Is your mother bot?
That's tempting, Doctor.
Pembroke Hospital may look...
It's not me you have to convince.
How painful.
So painful, I'd rather...
I'm sure...
Not really.
I see.
Yes, maybe.
How
So painful.
I'll let you...
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
Good evening.
Do you require...
I have...
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
I'll not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How...
I'm okay.
Do you need any...
I'm afraid...
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my
And you have my
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Get over here now!
Good evening.
Dr. Reed.
And why?
People who don't sleep at night... Oh,
Do you ever think...
the wound he gave me.
That man was... What did he...
I recently...
Perhaps you're right.
If there mu...
How is your...
This is just...
What's wrong?
That bastard, you...
I see.
The nurses aren't...
What's wrong?
Come on, Doc.
But you're alive.
What do you expect?
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cox. I hope
This place...
Consider yourself lucky that I'm treating...
Don't play the innit...
How long do you think you can...
I know this city...
We can't escape the...
I ain't afraid.
And who are you, then?
I'm the leader of the wet but...
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Hey, Doc.
You're lucky to be alive.
Of course.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox.
Another night.
Good evening.
Evening.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening.
Soldier.
I'm fine.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
You disgust on every street corner. Daily.
Please, Jonathan, come in.
Thank you.
Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm.
I cannot express...
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long...
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors.
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Do you need...
I have...
Then ask...
You mentioned...
Certainly.
That...
I feel it...
Yet you...
The brother...
Since I'm the one...
Well,
where do we...
Oh, to be... What we...
Since you see...
As men of science...
The sun. The more...
You will find there is very little that can kill a vampire.
Must I take a life to live?
You are a vampire. You feed. And blood is the sole sustenance that can sustain your immortal frame.
The man we pursued and
He was a...
Where do...
The name...
Just...
A scut...
We'll see.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Sure.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine.
I hope you're more disposed to answer.
You must have countless questions.
Have any of
These poor...
The world...
You make me...
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions.
As a newborn?
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need...
I will gladly answer every question you have, but...
Dr. Swansea has commissioned...
These past insufferable weeks...
What are your
As the newly appointed surgeon of this
Who would be so foolish?
Even if it were the case...
If we're dealing with an
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes of...
Please continue. Every detail is essential.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others father's no is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Sure.
What is this? Who are you?
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern.
Dr. Swansea is quite busy, and I need you to help me get acclimated. I have to...
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined...
God's honest.
You seem to...
That's it.
I assure you, madam, this is not...
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation.
Hello again, Doc.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Okay. Ow.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to pull it.
fell and died.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
A quill? Oh, nice.
I can't breathe! I don't want to die here! I want to see the sky, feel the fresh air!
Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here! I need to get out!
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be
Okay.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton.
Yes,
Good. Now leave this place. Are you sure you're... Are you sure?
Oh, shit!
What sort of creature is this? left of him. Not a lot to check,
Shit.
but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Yeah, and we don't give a fuck about the dog we just fought.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well. Good evening.
Good evening, Doc.
I have some good...
What?
I retrieved your...
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl. So what?
Not at all, Milton.
Good.
What's going on?
Pippa's tight.
During the war...
Maybe you...
You do?
Come.
Goodbye.
That was fun.
I'm afraid the trail of breadcrumbs leads...
Is that so?
Now it's time for you.
Machination.
I hadn't considered that.
Do be careful, my...
I'll return with... Good evening.
Good evening,
Pippa, I know you...
Yes?
I have no intention of...
The rules say I won't be allowed to work.
Is he worth?
Hey.
What steps are you prepared to take?
I don't know yet.
And what about...
The mill...
If you...
On the...
Let's save and finish up. Okay. Okay, so you need to keep people's health.